Matt. I'm the founder of Lorenzo protocol. So we are actually liquid staking L2 as a service on top of Bitcoin, protocol on top of Bitcoin. So today I'm going to talk about building modular Bitcoin L2 with BTC share security. All right, so the first question is, what is BTC share security? So basically, Babylon is the first team actually invented the concept of BTC share security and a Bitcoin staking protocol. So basically, it is a two-sided marketplace between stakers and also the POS systems happy to take BTC staking and for security and happy to yield rewards for them. So what's so great about it is actually 2 points. One is that we can using the 21 million Bitcoins, about 2.33 trillion US dollars, to enhance the security and trust of the whole Web3 world. So the reason Ethereum is so stable, so being trusted, and so great as of today is because like the ETH token has the great market cap. It can be used to secure the network and building trust for all the builders and the users. And Bitcoin has like even bigger market cap. So if we can use Bitcoin to secure the whole network, it is going to be the greatest thing to happen. So this is one thing. And also, the other reason for doing that is everyone is so excited about Bitcoin, DeFi, about like new utilities for Bitcoin as of today. But the thing is, why should Bitcoin trust all these L2 and decentralized systems? And the reason for that is any system, as long as you are secured by Bitcoin share security, you can be trusted by Bitcoin and become a legit Bitcoin L2. So I think there's something wrong with the display. I'll see if I can fix it real quick. I think it's, yeah, I think it's getting better now. We'll see. Okay. So we want to take take Bitcoin staking one step further, is that to create liquid staking on top of Bitcoins. So a few problems with Bitcoin staking is that if you like stake to these POS for Bitcoins, it's actually losing liquidities. Especially like Bitcoin price today is like highly volatile. It could pump from like 51,000 to 64,000 actually like this week, like within just 5 days, and it's up like 21%. So we definitely do not want to lose liquidity for like 1 week or two. And also too, so current thing is that with Babylon, there is no like small amount of staking. So like you only have to stake to amount that you can become validators of at least one POS. So this is not very friendly for retail stakers, and we want to take that into account. And also, there is a risk of being slashed. So there are like, this POS, there are all these kinds of things could happen to these POS. Like they could have design flaws, they could be like controlled by the malicious majorities, and also there could be operator system errors that are causing the assets to be slashed. So on top of that, we actually build this Lorenzo liquid staking. So the Lorenzo liquid staking allows stakers to keep liquidity of the Bitcoin stakings by getting liquid staking tokens at the same time. And also, one more thing is that a lot of the problem with BTC staking is that a lot of these POS would have concerns. If we got staked by your tokens, that sort of kind of reduce their tokens utilities in terms of staking and also paying rewards for that. So what we're going to do in return is that if you can be staked by like Bitcoins in a POS and getting secured by Bitcoins, we can actually trust you in putting more liquid Bitcoin tokens into that ecosystem. Like it's more safe to do so. So if there is $1 billion US of Bitcoins to be used to secure the POS network, which also means there's also 1 billion STBTC, the liquid staking BTCs, being created to the DeFi ecosystem in those POS systems. This is like the new like wave, like a giant wave of liquidities injecting into any of these DeFi ecosystems. And also we will accept like retail stakers, is that we're going to do like the staking aggregations into one delegate account and also stake that to the Babylon chain. And also we will provide a number of mechanisms to guarantee the safe staking and mitigate the chance and the loss when the slashable events happens. So the one complication between like Bitcoin staking and Ethereum staking is that Ethereum staking is like more simple because everybody stakes to Ethereum. This is like the biggest pool of staking, and it's like also like hopefully providing the highest yield for staking as well. So there is like no portfolio management, and there is like no difference in different people's staking positions. It's just basically everybody stakes to Ethereum. But for Bitcoin staking, it's kind of different because Bitcoin is not a POS system. It does not need to be staked by Bitcoins. But like all these different POS outside of Bitcoin needs to be staked by Bitcoin. So different people could have different opinions on which POS system they want to stake to. So different people having different opinions, so it's very difficult to get everyone to stake on the same portfolio. So to make things easier, we actually provide this thing called liquid staking plans. So for the liquid staking plans, it contains like a few things. One is the portfolio of POS systems that to be staked or to be restaked. And also the length of the staking cycles, which that you cannot be unstaked during this staking cycle. And also the last one is the unique delegate vault associated with the liquid staking plan, which is a custodial multi-signature Bitcoin account on top of the Bitcoin network. So this is like the liquid staking plan. And for that, so we also gonna do some like portfolio management kind of stuff, is that we're gonna create a number of different liquid staking plans of different portfolios and also different staking plans. So stakers can choose the right plan and the right portfolio for them, and also the right staking cycles based on their like liquidity tolerance and also the yield expectation as well. So we're going to create this STBTC, which is the liquid staking tokens with every assets being every BTC tokens to be staked to secure the networks. And the value of this STBTC can be derived by this equation, which is the BTC intrinsic value plus the staking reward with the BTC share security. And once you got this STBTC, you can just reinvest it into the DeFi ecosystem and grant you extra rewards, and also minus the slash punishment. So in order to make it more promising and also keep this the values packed as between STBTC and the BTC, we need to mitigate the chance of slashable conditions to happen. And also in order to manage BTC staking, BTC liquid staking, and also the distribution of rewards, so we need to create this Lorenzo app chain. So this is the EVM compatible chain in the Cosmos ecosystem. We'll create features for users to manage liquid staking through Babylon. So it provides basically the trust assumption is two things. So our app chain is secured by BTC share security, which is staked by Bitcoins. And also we have this block anchoring mechanisms, is that for our app chain, every 3 seconds it generate a normal block, and every 10 minutes it generating an anchor block between Bitcoin network and our app chain. So we write the block, Bitcoin's block headers into our chain, and also we write our block headers into the Bitcoin chain as well to achieve a two-way anchoring. We also have this Lorenzo DAO. So it has a few features with our native token holders. So they decided what the portfolios to be approved, and also they voting on the commission fees we were charged for providing the service, and also voting on important governance issues, and also executing on security rules. So the whole user journey would be like this. So staker would come to us to pick all of this POS to stake to and find the delegate vault on the Bitcoin network. And then they can just lock up their assets to this delegate vault associated with that plan. And we could confirm that their staking is in place, and all these staking will be start to working. So, and also the node stakers can just delegate to these operators they want to be assigned as validators in those POS networks through Babylon. And also, if they want to unstake, they can request for unstake on our app chain, so we're gonna process that. So by the end of the current staking cycles, we'll be return the Bitcoins to them, and also distributed all the rewards during their staking period to them as well. So why and we need to adopt Bitcoin securities, and how can we use that to actually scale Bitcoin? Right, so there's a proven successful way to expand and to scale Ethereum has been modularity. So if you look at this graph with all these different projects icons in it, actually Ethereum essentially today is just a DA, though it's a very powerful DA with all of the smart contract execution and the settlement, consensus, storage, has everything in it. But there are other alternative solutions come up to scale it, including EigenDN, Silencia, Avail, and all these projects for DA, and also for rollup SDKs, and also share sequencers, and also L2 as a service on top of that. So why don't we do the same thing on top of Bitcoin as well? So Bitcoin essentially is just a DA which is too slow and too expensive and lacking the execution of Turing complete programs. So of course I think we can do that. So the idea is the similar. So we can use DA to expand the storage. We can use consensus and settlement to expand the settlement powers, and also we can create different VMs on top of that to making it more friendly with developers editing coding with different languages, and we provide management tools on top of that. So the question comes, like, why should we trust any of these modules? It's like Ethereum. So why would Ethereum trust any of these decentralized systems like used to scale it? It's because like they are kind of secured by Ethereum either by restaking or some equivalent ways. So everyone is on the same trust base. So we can do the same thing for Bitcoin as well. So as long as these different modules used to scale Bitcoin are all staked by BTC and adopting BTC share security, then like we are all on the same trust basis. So we can use that to scale Bitcoin, and Bitcoin can still trust their results they are giving it to Bitcoin. And also one more thing is that one more reason to do it is that we can actually using this way to settle any programmable assets on top of Bitcoin. So if we think about the 4 components like in any programmable assets are like 4 things. One is the metadata used to define these assets. 2 is the executable, the program associated with that programmable assets. And also we have the state, which is like all kinds of state and also like supporting data like for these assets. And also 4 is we need to have some sort of validity to prove that the state of assets is actually correct. So build on these like primitives, we can actually do such kind of things. So for all of the metadata and executable and the state and also validity proof or whatever proof we use to prove the states, so we can all store them on a DA adopting BTC share security that Bitcoin can trust. And at the same time, so we can write the root hash and also the reference like hash could like user could find all these like supporting data on DA and settle these data on Bitcoin. So if we're going to use them in any of the execution EVM or like other like VMs, we can just load data from the 2 parts from Bitcoin and a DA layer and just load them into the VM we use. We execute them, update the states, and also we like settle them back on these 2 DA layers. And also, like one point I always like to say is that the only reason that there are so many blockchains today is because Bitcoin actually didn't do a great job, a perfect job as a blockchain. So Bitcoin is great, but it's not perfect. So it's time to bring all of the greatness back to Bitcoin, right? So with like all these like modular stack of L2, so we can actually just adopting any existing technologies to build it on top of Bitcoin. So if we use like EVM plus like POS, essentially it's just like Ethereum isomorphic Bitcoin L2. And if we, for example, we use like MoveVM and like Aptos BFT, like essentially it's just an Aptos isomorphic Bitcoin L2. So any architectures can be like technologies innovation can be bring back to the Bitcoin ecosystem. And also, like we talked about, we can actually settle any different assets types back onto Bitcoin as well. That means to bring more users, more communities, more capitals back into the Bitcoin community. So we would like to talk about this, like why liquid staking and also this like modular L2 stack actually has such a good synergy, is that we can actually like using more Bitcoins to secure the overall network, to allocate more TVL to like secure the entire ecosystem. And at the same time, we could launch L2 as a service to help launching any like Bitcoin L2s or Bitcoin app chains to solving all these kind of problems to scale Bitcoins, to bring in more users, like more revenues and more capitals. So like with more TVL, we got more revenue and more income, and with more revenue and more income, so we can get more TVL to secure the overall network. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about. So we still have like 6 minutes. So feel free to follow our social network. And also we have like a booth at the 206. So feel free to come by and have a chat with us. And also we are hiring. So if you're interested in joining our team, so please email to career@lorenzo-protocol.xyz. Yep. So if you have any questions, feel free just to ask me. Yep. Thank you. All right. I think that's it. Thanks everyone for coming.